Good morning or good afternoon, everybody. I'm Jeff Zarnick here, Associate Dean, Criminal Justice and the Social Sciences, and on behalf of the great team that put this pilot together, I want to thank you all, and in particular, Claire Brown. Here we are at the midpoint of 19 EW2, and we'll talk about the reminder of the purpose of this pilot, the week 3 feedback, the holistic discussion board grading. Naturally, if there's any questions or feedback, we can always field that. The purpose, as you well know, it promotes greater fluidity and continuity in dialogue. And one of the reasons why is, and the research is there and does support the fact that it mitigates or minimizes the element of risk as it relates to the almighty grade. It optimizes peer-to-peer and faculty engagement, meaningful opportunities for students and faculty to interact within the learning environment because it is the reduction of risk. They're not concerned with a grade. They're not constricting thought. It's more expansive and promotes enhanced critical thinking and validation of their thinking. Many of our students for the very first time. Opportunities for faculty to engage with students in alternative ways. Change is always good. It's at the root of all learning. More authentic learning opportunities across the course experience. The ongoing discussion board thread students, as you know, have greater power and control, autonomy over discussion board participation, how they can advance the conversation. So it really does promote an opportunity for them, many for the first time, to take control of their learning and not just be in a position where they're fed information and are expected to regurgitate it in some sort of coherent fashion. You keep the conversation going and you enhance it with current events. We have the greatest faculty in the online universe, and much of it is because of the authenticity and relevance, the professional experience that everyone brings to the table to align what's being learned, what's being said, what's being talked about with real-world applications. And that is very much appreciated and does not go unnoticed, and students really gravitate to that. It focuses on engaging with them so they feel, again, validated. It also promotes socialization into the online world, which is a tremendous psychological disconnect. And the research is there. Socialization has to occur much before the learning can actually begin. Week 3, you had non-graded feedback to each student provided in the grades area, reviews, progress, and the discussion. Okay, you review that. And week 6 is the final discussion week. Week 7 is the grading for the discussion board, and it's holistic. So what's going on now? There is the discussion board feedback column. It speaks for itself. And now for a brief review, it should be specific in helping students understand how they are doing with regard to the rubric. So reflect the feedback against the parameters, demands, and stipulations and elements embedded in the rubric. Are they falling into the proficient? Do they need improvement in an evident range? Remember, in criminal justice, we can never be misunderstood. It is about precision thinking and precision communication, precision writing. So with that in mind, give them examples, naturally, with the authentic, say, background that you can bring to reinforce the fact that they do need to be clear, they do need to be coherent, they do need to be able to take a position in order to be an excellent problem solver. And as you know, the end of term grading, it will be holistic for how the student met these requirements all term long. So you can see where the fluidity really does support this endeavor. And I won't drive you crazy by going through every little word here. You can see the discussion board rubric. This is the undergrad, and there are the guidelines, naturally 2 posts each week. It can consist of a question, information to advance the conversation. That should be underlined right there, right? Or an answer for your instructor or peers. So it does mimic, in some respects, the advantages that a brick and mortar in-class discussion and or debate has, all right? Because people are more readily adaptable to free-form thinking and immediacy of reflection. Demonstrate more depth and thought than simply saying, well, I agree or disagree, right? I think you'll all, no pun intended, agree with that. There's nothing more pedestrian than that. And it takes into consideration materials such as course content and questions shared by you, the instructor, and peers from the current model or previous module. So far things are going well. Your feedback and insight is much appreciated. and it is highly valuable. Critique is welcome, and ideas or suggestions, recommendations, naturally, are welcome too. Is it successful so far? If you can look at the success rates for 19EW1 and the average grade, okay. Now the jury is still out. We are still looking at the quote data to see if there is a definitive correlation, but the indicators are all saying yes. Coming up, faculty survey will be coming up. Please watch for that in week 7. It will go to you directly, and then the student survey goes out in week 8. That's embedded in the course. Please, please encourage students to complete the survey. And as always, you know we are here for you. 603-858-3817 is my cell phone number. Anything you need, any feedback, insight, whatever, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you very, very much.